In the last video, we talked about communicating between various movie clips. We talked about how to navigate dot to dot down the line. So you can navigate using this button to this movie clip, then within that one to this movie clip. And you can make that stop. But what if you want to go the other way? What if you want to go backwards? Or what if you want to control something from a random point that has nothing to do with the same timeline? This video is going to explain a little bit more advanced communication. And don't worry, it doesn't get too complicated. I made some changes to this document since the last video. I added a second layer called Actions. Now I applied a stop action. I added a second frame. Within this movie clip, I added another second frame and added an action that says stop as well. So what we want to do is once the lights play through once, we want the main timeline to go to the second frame. And so we're communicating backwards. To do that, navigate to the lights timeline, create a new frame, I'm going to name it Actions. The very last frame of the Actions layer, I'm going to create a new keyframe. I'm going to type the code here that does that. The code word to go all the way back to the main timeline is _root. You might have seen that before with working with ActionScript. That just means the root timeline, the main timeline. So I'm just going to type _root dot next frame with a capital F, open and close parentheses, and a semicolon. Test the movie. Once the lights play through once, it goes to the second frame of the main timeline. Now I'm going to erase that action since we're going to do something else. There's also another way to communicate backwards. I'm going to navigate to the movie clip timeline of the box, and then to the stick figures timeline. Remember in the box movie clip that on the second frame it said sweet really big, and so we want to make it so once it gets to the end of this, it displays that text. Kind of like what we did with the lights, except we're not going to go all the way back to the root. We're actually just going to go back one. Create a new layer, call it Actions. Go all the way to the last frame. Create a blank keyframe. Press F9 to open the Actions panel. The command to go back one level is _parent. Connect the dots again. Then I'm going to say next frame. Test the movie. Jammin' guy dances for a little while. When he goes through once, takes a little while. The text is displayed. The parent movie clip goes to that timeline. So now if you're really creative with using these tools, you can navigate anywhere from anywhere. If you have to, you can go to the root and navigate to any movie clip's timeline and control it from anywhere within your Flash document. That's a very powerful tool. One last thing that I'm not going to demonstrate is _level. Let's say you load a movie clip into a certain level, and you want to control that movie clip after you load it. Just type _level and the level name or number. So if it's level 0 or level 50, dot, do next frame, or whatever action you want to apply. So once you load a movie in, you can communicate to it that way. What if you load a movie clip into another movie clip? The way that you would speak to it is you'd simply type the instance name of the movie clip that you loaded the other movie clip into. So if I had a movie clip named container that I used as a container to load another movie clip into, and I wanted to control that loaded movie inside of my container, all I'd have to do to reference it is give the instance name that's holding the movie, then a dot, and whatever action I want to apply. So that's a little bit more of how to communicate. Remember to connect the dots. Underscore root takes you to the main timeline. Underscore parent takes you back one timeline. To communicate through levels, it's underscore level. To communicate to a loaded movie that's loaded into a movie clip, use the instance name of the movie clip that your movie is loading into, a dot, then whatever actions you want to perform.